topic of discussion is classical synchronization problem. Well, what is synchronization? Synchronization is nothing but two events, two things or two processes happening together. Well, in operating system, synchronization is a very general topic. Yeah, when synchronization happens, there are many problems that is associated with it. One of the major problems is deadlocks. Deadlocks is nothing but two or more processes waiting for each other indefinitely. So we are explaining this situation and a solution for it by taking an example of cigarette smokers problem.
Cigarette smokers problem was first presented by Suhas Patil in 1971. There are three smokers and one agent. A cigarette is made up of three ingredients, that is tobacco, paper and match. Each smoker has infinite supply of one ingredient. Example, the first one has the infinite supply of tobacco, the second one has the infinite supply of paper and the last one has the infinite supply of match. The agent has infinite supply of all the ingredients. The agent repeatedly chooses two ingredients at random and puts them on the table, and the smoker who has a complementary ingredient can take the two ingredients and make a cigarette to smoke. For example, if the agent puts tobacco and paper on the table, the smoker who has infinite supply of the match can make a cigarette. In this problem, the agent represents the operating system and the smokers represent the processes. The operating system should allocate the required resources to the processes and at the same time avoid deadlock. There are different versions of this problem. We will look at the Patil's version, trivial version, the interesting version, the state of deadlock and the solution to prevent deadlocks.
There are different versions of this problem. We'll first look at the Patil's version, then the trivial version and finally the interesting version, then the state of deadlock and solution to deadlock. First, let us look into the Patil's version. There are two restrictions. First is that the agent code cannot be modified. This is because the agent is the OS and we cannot modify the OS. Next, the conditional statements and the array of semaphores are not allowed. So that's why the problem becomes unsolvable. Next, we'll look at the trivial version. Here, the agent itself signals the complementary smoker so that he knows that he has to wake up. Therefore, it is easily solvable.
In the trivial version, we'll look at the initialization. There are 4 semaphores, agent semaphore and 3 smoker semaphores. 3 smoker semaphores, that is the smoker with the matches, the smoker with the paper and the smoker with the tobacco. This is the agent code. While true, it waits for the agent semaphore to choose the ingredients. Then the agent semaphore chooses the ingredients I, J, it puts it on the table and finds the complementary smoker U and wakes up this smoker U. Then the smoker with the appropriate ingredient wakes up, takes the 2 ingredients from the agent and continues smoking. The smoker takes the 2 ingredients on the table, makes a cigarette and wakes up the agent by calling. While this smoker is smoking, the agent continues to put 2 ingredients on the table. If these ingredients are different from the last 2, the agent can wake up another smoker. Otherwise, the smoker who is smoking can make another cigarette after he has finished smoking. This version is easy to solve because the agent knows who to signal. However, this may not be the case in practice because the operating system may not know the required resources of the processes beforehand. We will consider a more interesting version.
We are showing you the trivial version. We have our agent and the 3 smokers, and our agent never smokes. The agent has an infinite supply of the 3 ingredients required for making the cigarette, which is the tobacco, the paper and the matches. Each of the 3 smokers have an infinite supply of one of the ingredients, that is, the first smoker has the papers, the second smoker has the matches and the third smoker has the tobacco. Now the agent randomly picks up 2 of these ingredients and places them on the table. The agent has chosen paper and match and the agent places the paper and match on the table. The agent has now signaled the smoker with tobacco. So the smoker with tobacco takes the 2 ingredients to start making her cigarette. The smoker has started making the cigarette. She has made the cigarette and has signaled the agent. The agent has acknowledged this, and so the third smoker starts smoking. Since the trivial version is easy and it's practically not possible, we go to the interesting version. Here the agent uses 4 semaphores, which are the agent semaphore, which is initialized to 1, which is the semaphore for the agent. Next we have the tobacco semaphore, which is initialized to 0, and it's the semaphore for tobacco on the table. Similarly, we have a paper semaphore, which is initialized to 0, and it's a semaphore for paper on table. And finally, we have the match semaphore, which is initialized to 0, and it's a semaphore for match on the table. The agent uses 3 threads, each of which is for putting 2 ingredients on the table. When agent semaphore is called, one of the threads will wake up and put 2 ingredients on the table. Here what we show is the code for the thread which puts tobacco and paper on the table, and the codes for other threads are similar. We are considering the code for tobacco and paper on the table. We have a while loop which is running. Then we have an agent semaphore. The tobacco semaphore and the paper semaphore are signaled. Here is the code for the smoker who has an infinite supply of match while the while loop is running. First, the tobacco semaphore and paper semaphores are being waited upon by the smoker. Then he makes a cigarette. Finally, he signals the agent semaphore and starts smoking. Similarly, we have the codes for the smoker who has infinite supply of tobacco and an infinite supply of paper. The smoker who has the infinite supply of paper waits for the tobacco semaphore and the match semaphore. He then makes the cigarette and signals the agent semaphore and starts smoking. Similarly, the smoker who has an infinite supply of tobacco, he waits for the paper and the matches, then he makes the cigarette. He then signals the agent semaphore and starts smoking. Now, let me show you the interesting version of this. Yes. So, suppose the agent puts tobacco and paper on the table. The smoker with infinite supply of match is blocking on tobacco, so he can pick tobacco. At the same time, the smoker with infinite supply of tobacco is blocking on paper, so he can pick paper up. Now, the first smoker blocks on paper and the second smoker blocks on match. This is a deadlock.
In the previous version, the agent threads are used to put the ingredients on the table, and it is up to the smoker which they are waiting for to take the ingredient. In order to avoid deadlock, we use the agent threads to invoke the smokers. It is the duty of the agent thread to check for the availability and count of the ingredients and call the appropriate smoker, taking care that no deadlock occurs. 3 Boolean variables is tobacco, is paper, is match are used and they are set to false. There is a smoker semaphore which is initialized to 0. Mutex maintains the mutual exclusion for the pushers. But if pusher A runs first, then it will find both is paper and is match false. It cannot signal any of the smokers, so it sets is tobacco. The other pushers are similar. Since the pushers do all the real work, the smoker code is trivial.
By using the smokers, we have separated the signal code from the agent. Compared to the agent in the trivial solution, which does both putting ingredients and signaling the smokers, this is more modular programming because the agent does one task and the pusher do the other task. Later, if the problem statement changes slightly, we only have to modify the pusher's code. Thus, the restriction of not modifying the agent code is satisfied.